You're looking like you used me for a visa.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it, man. I just wish I never brought him here.
Angela D, one of the most notorious figures in 90-Day Fiancé history, has been dumped by TLC, and the reason why will leave you speechless. But that's not all. Michael's surprise lawsuit could be the final nail in the coffin of Angela's career.
Michael, your wife kept saying, give me my visa. That's your personal documents. Understand?
You can tell him to shut his mouth.
I am not shutting my mouth.
You know the reason it's like,
I'm trying to educate you. Baby, what did you do now? Free up.
Angela D's behavior towards Michael Isa Saney has been one of the most disturbing aspects of their relationship on 90-Day Fiancé from the beginning. Angela's dominant and controlling nature was evident, but as their relationship progressed, these traits seemed to intensify. Angela was often seen yelling at Michael, belittling him, and making demands that crossed the line into verbal abuse. Her actions weren't just heated exchanges typical of a normal relationship, they even bordered on emotionally abusive behavior. Now Angela's explosive temper and harsh words were a regular feature of their interactions, whether she was accusing Michael of cheating or reprimanding him for not meeting her expectations. Angela never hesitated to raise her voice and assert her dominance. We all witnessed numerous instances where Angela berated Michael, reducing him to silence or forcing him into submission. This wasn't limited to private moments. Angela's outbursts were often public, occurring in front of cameras, other cast members, and even Michael's own family. One of the most concerning aspects of Angela's behavior was her need to control every aspect of Michael's life. She dictated what he could and couldn't do, going so far as to monitor his interactions with other women, even on social media. Angela's jealousy was a constant source of conflict, leading her to make unreasonable demands, such as insisting that Michael delete female contacts from his phone or refrain from working in environments where he might encounter women. This level of control went beyond normal relationship boundaries and contributed to the toxic dynamic between them. As the show aired, it became clear that many viewers were getting concerned about the unhealthy nature of Angela and Michael's relationship. Many fans expressed their frustration with TLC for continuing to showcase a relationship that seemed to be causing real harm. Despite these concerns, TLC also ignored the warnings, focusing on the drama and ratings that Angela's explosive personality brought to the show. The emotional toll this relationship took on Michael was evident throughout the series. Clips from the show reveal a man who was often visibly distressed, struggling to navigate the demands of a partner who seemed more intent on control than love in one heartbreaking scene. Michael is seen breaking down in tears after having another confrontation with Angela.
I'm an unwanted guest. I wasn't treated like I'm a husband, you know. I was treated like I'm just a nobody. That's just how I'll put it, you know. It's worse. I mean, every day we fight. I'm telling you, the river, every day we fight, you know, we argue, you know. I mean, many things, I mean, it's a lot. For me to leave, for me to have left, rather, I mean, it has gotten to the point I couldn't just bear it anymore. And people were saying, oh, I have another woman out there, I planned this, and I never planned anything. I don't have any woman here that I'm talking to or dating, and don't have any woman. The only woman I have was Angie.
After enduring years of emotional abuse and public humiliation, Michael eventually reached his breaking point. It became clear that he could no longer tolerate the toxic environment that had been created by his relationship with Angela, nor could he continue to accept the way TLC had exploited his suffering for entertainment. This realization led Michael to take an unexpected step. He decided to stand up for himself by filing a lawsuit against both Angela and TLC. Michael's decision to sue TLC was a shocking development that people didn't expect in the lawsuit. Michael accused the network of deliberately exploiting the toxic dynamic between him and Angela to boost ratings, all while failing to protect him from the emotional and psychological harm he was facing. He argued that TLC had a responsibility to intervene or at least provide support, but they chose to prioritize the entertainment value of his suffering over his health. He also accused the network of stirring up drama to keep things intense between them in his lawsuit. Michael claimed that TLC dropped the ball on taking care of him, ignoring the obvious signs he was struggling while filming. Instead of looking out for the cast's mental health, it seemed like the network was just focused on keeping their ratings up.
Treated badly by her. Whenever she's upset, she can do whatever she wants. And the law here, I don't want any issue. I don't want any bad record of my name. So I tend to, keep it cool. To be honest, I was scared. Sometimes when she's very upset, she made me feel.
After Michael's lawsuit, TLC found itself in a bit of hot water. The network, which used to seem invincible in the reality TV game, was now facing some serious allegations that couldn't just be brushed off as the media and fans started digging into Michael's claims. TLC felt the heat and had to make a tough call about Angela's future on the show. In the end, TLC decided to part ways with Angela, and it was a pretty dramatic move. This meant the end of her time with her 90-day fiancé, sending a strong message that the network didn't want to be associated with the drama she brought for Angela. This was a huge blow. Her reality TV career, which had made her a well-known name, was basically over. She wouldn't have the chance to show off her big personality anymore, and the fallout from Michael's lawsuit really hurt her reputation. Fans also had different feelings about TLC's decision. Some were thrilled, thinking it was about time Angela faced some consequences for her actions. They felt like her behavior had been allowed to slide for too long, and it was finally time for TLC to take a stand against the toxic vibes on the show. But others were shocked and disappointed, wondering if TLC was just using Angela as a scapegoat to distract from their own issues. Angela, you've always disrespected your husband in public every single place. Okay, to the level that even a fly cannot respect him. The recent courtroom trial became the stage for one of the most dramatic chapters in the saga of Angela Deem and Michael Isay. This trial was not ordinary, with moments that felt straight out of a reality show packed with jaw-dropping twists that flipped everything upside down. One of the biggest surprises came when Angela's private investigator took the stand. She had hired him to dig up dirt on Michael, but instead, he ended up clearing his name. The courtroom was left in shock as the investigator revealed that despite all his digging, he found no evidence to back up Angela's claims. Instead, he painted Michael as a loyal and honest guy, which was a huge blow to Angela's case and left her legal team scrambling. As the trial went on, it became clear that things were swinging in Michael's direction. Angela, who had strung it into the courtroom full of confidence, started to fall apart as reality hit her. The final nail in the coffin was when the verdict came in and Michael was found not guilty. Angela's reaction was explosive. She couldn't handle it and started shouting at the judge and jury desperately, trying to hold on to her story, but it just pushed everyone further away. Her meltdown created chaos in the courtroom, and security had to step in as she let her anger fly. The difference between her outburst and Michael's calmness was striking. While Angela was losing it, Michael stayed cool, quietly soaking in his victory with a look of relief that everyone could see.
You tell my daughters all women are stupid.
So what do you expect me to
Bitch.
What the you now? So what is it?
Let me tell you something. You better get your ass and get your.
said
You
my
want to get
opinion.
back up. Back up.
Michael's win in court was a game changer for him. After years of dealing with emotional abuse and public embarrassment, he finally broke free from Angela's grip. As he walked out of the courtroom with his head held high, it was clear this wasn't just a legal win, it was a personal victory, a chance to escape the toxic relationship that had weighed him down for so long. For Michael, this courtroom win was like a fresh start. With the past behind him, he began to look ahead with a new sense of hope and excitement. In interviews after the trial, he talked about his plans to rebuild his life, focusing on his own happiness. He was ready to move on and leave all the drama behind. Without Angela in his life, Michael was pumped to dive into new opportunities and experiences that he hadn't been able to explore before. Michael's future plans were all about finding peace after years of stress from a toxic relationship, he was determined to create a life free from conflict and drama. He hinted at possibly pursuing new personal and professional ventures, but his main goal was to find happiness in whatever he chose to do now. While Michael was celebrating his freedom, Angela Deem was facing the reality of her downfall. After the trial, she was desperately trying to save her reputation. She took to social media with a bunch of rants and interviews, trying to spin things in her favor, but these attempts just seemed to backfire. Angela's rants were full of bitterness and anger as she lashed out at everyone she thought had wronged her. She blamed Michael, TLC, and even the viewers for betraying her, refusing to take any responsibility for her actions. People criticized her widely, seeing her as someone who just couldn't move on from her defeat. A person commented, saying 100% agree with Michael. Sue them. Another one wrote, I wish the best for Michael. I hope he's getting therapy for the PTSD. Angela probably gave him TLC, which is really wrong for what they did. But what are your thoughts on this situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.